Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Fragrance Friday. And today we're going to do a whole house review. But before we get started, I'm going to talk to you about what's on my lips and what's on, well, left over on my nails, because if I don't, you always ask. To say that I have been living in this lip product for quite some time during the daytime, it would be an understatement. I just picked these up. This is the new Clarins Lip Comfort Oil Intense, and it's lightweight cream oil, so it's a little slightly opaque compared to all of their other amazing little lip oils that they've had. It came out for spring, and this one is 09 Warm Rose. So this one does have a touch of color. I also picked up one that has a shimmer, but otherwise very, very clear, and it's absolutely beautiful. And man, is it ever nourishing, especially when it's minus 16 degrees Celsius outside. And don't stare too long, too hard, because today's Sunday, and Sundays are typically the days I do my nails, so I do them once a week, and especially I'm right-handed, so this hand here, she's needing some love. But I am wearing from Essie's line, this is the Maraschino Cool. I've been wearing and loving the heck out of this particular color for quite some time. A real good favorite of mine for fall and winter. It's got like a purple, a brownish, a blue, kind of all of the above, blurple kind of color, but with some brown notes to it. Absolutely love this color. All right, you guys, today it is all about the House of Oud, or THOO. That's how they pretty much label everything. I have two from two different collections. I can't remember the names of the actual collections themselves, but each one of these are handmade, hand-painted bottles. They're all made in Milano, Italy, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And I do have two that are actual top favorites. So like so many of my videos, I speak of favorites in niche world, and niche being a non-designer, non-celebrity kind of fragrance. I have Emmy to thank, and I will put her channel down below in the description. She has sent me so many amazing samples over this time that I've known her, and she's kind of got me into that niche world. I still love designer. I still enjoy that, and some celebrity as well. But man, that girl in my pocketbook hates you right now. I love you, but my pocketbook doesn't. So because I was able to get some samples from Emmy, I was able to try a lot of these before I purchased. One of which, of the four that I have, one I've never smelt before. I did purchase it because looking online, it looked right up my alley. So I'm actually going to list these as per my least favorite to favorite, and I'm going to use Fragrantica as a means to look up what they have for their notes and their breakdowns for the top, mid, and base notes as well. The first one I'm actually going to talk to you guys about is the Grape Pearls. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, these are all handmade. This is the base. This is a base for this particular one and one other in my collection, which you'll see shortly. And it's 75 milliliters. They're all made in Milano, Italy. They're absolutely gorgeous, stunning pieces of art on top of the fact that it's a really good, powerful niche fragrance. And when I say powerful, all four of these I'm about to share with you guys, they are a projection of 10 out of 10. Longevity, a couple of them are a little bit longer lasting. This one does last a long time. So then again, this is Grapes Pearls. And so I'm going to read to you guys the main accords that Fragrantica has. Here I'm just going to read from my laptop. Fragrantica reads this as fruity, rose, sweet, vanilla, floral, coffee, powdery, musky, amber, and warm spicy. This is the one, it's my least favorite of the four. I did get a sample from Emmy. I did really love it. I think I was just so intrigued. Again, it's niche fragrance. It's just super sharp. It's really sharp, and I think it's like an oudy kind of note. Obviously House of Oud, but it's just a little too sharp for my nose. I never reach for this. I've sprayed it like 4 times. I really don't reach for this at all. I don't hate the fragrance, but there's a lot of rose in here. If you're a rose lover, I think you're really going to enjoy this. So with that said, I'm going to read to you guys what the note breakdown for the top, mid, and base notes are that Fragrantica has. The top notes are blueberry and floral notes, which maybe that's why I'm not a big blueberry fan, but I mostly get rose. Then the mid notes are grapes, roses, coffee, and grape leaves, with base notes of vanilla, white musk, and amber. It is just a very sharp fragrance. This has sillage, this has trail, all of that in longevity is really, really good with this one. Out of the 4, I just don't reach for this one. This is the House of Oud's Grape Pearls. Nice scent, just not up my alley. Next is the one I blind purchased, the one I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I had never smelt it. I never had a sample or anything like that. I did blind buy it because I was intrigued by the notes, and I already knew I really enjoyed the House of Oud. I really enjoyed it. This is from a different collection, as you can see here, and look again at this bottle, 75 milliliters. This one here is called Keep Glazed, and it is very beautiful, very fruity, just a pow. But there's a sharpness to it again that I just don't know. I never reached for it this past summer. And also you can sort of see the difference between the bases. This is a different collection, but this is a beautiful bottle. It's a beautiful fragrance if you like fruity, but with like a sharpness to it. There is definitely a lot of fruit in here. The main accords are sweet, fruity, tropical, vanilla, lactonic, and coconut. I get a little bit all of that, but there is something that's a little sharp. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's one of the notes in the base notes. When I read to you guys what that is, that's kind of making my nose just kind of go, whoa, like I'm confused. So I'll read to you guys the top, the mid, and the base notes. So the top notes for keeping glazed is mango, strawberry leaf, and iced lemon. Yum. Can you guys, that's why I bought this. Mid notes are whipped cream, coconut, ginger. Yay, I love all of them. And base notes are fruity notes in general. And then it has musk and then precious woods. And I think that is where it's lost me. The precious woods in this is confusing my olfactory senses. And as much as I love all those other notes, if you like oud, I think that you'll enjoy this with the fruity splash. Next up is the newest to be added to my collection. And I did receive a sample from Emmy on this one, and I fell in love with it. And I've been waiting for fragrancebuy.ca to restock it for so long. And it finally came through, and I was so excited. You get yourself on that notification on there. Whew, I'll tell you, that was the fastest checkout I ever did. And it's the only time I've ever just purchased one fragrance from fragrancebuy.ca. Normally when I'm going on that site, I am literally buying a few bottles. So I went in, I purchased, and I got out of there as fast as I could. And that is What About Pop? Again, it's from that same collection as Keeping Glazed. As you can see here, again, handcrafted, beautiful bottles. Again, they're all 75 milliliters. And this one is just, if you love gourmand. And I didn't think I would love popcorn, you guys. I don't like eating popcorn, but I sure like smelling it. Oh man. All of these are unisex as well. Some may lean towards more of a male or a female, depending on your preference. You guys, this is so good. This is truly unisex. And again, look at this bottle. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to read to you guys what the main accords are on Fragrantica. They read sweet, vanilla, lactonic, caramel, and woody. I love it all. And I'm a little bit like, oh, they always get me with the woody, but I think that doesn't sound right. That didn't sound right. I think what I'm trying to say is that with the wood, I think it confuses my nose. So let's just read the top, mid, and base notes for What About Pop? The top notes are popcorn, caramel, and hawthorn. Mid notes are whipped cream, Madagascar vanilla, and night blooming cereus. Sure. And base notes are ebony, benzoin, Madagascar vetiver, ambergris, and musk. So I think the base notes are kind of what I would say would ground this to be a very unisex friendly fragrance. Because if you stuck with a lot of the top notes, the popcorn, the caramel, whipped cream, blossoms, and things like that, I would think that would have leaned more female. So I think when it dries down and you get more of that slightly male masculine scent, but then you get that gourmand of the popcorn, like caramel popcorn. Does anyone else like caramel popcorn? That Chicago style is like caramel. Not that I want that in perfume, like caramel and cheddar cheese, but I love that combo. But anyway, What About Pop? Brand new purchase, brand new to my collection. I absolutely love it. This will be staying with me. It is not for sale. And my number one fragrance from this house that I have in my collection, and the one I reach for, especially this time of year. In fact, I had a friend of mine come over and she was telling me what she'd like to smell. And I immediately pulled for this particular fragrance. I gave it to her. She tried it. She's like, that's amazing. It's like I figured out what she wanted right away. I love that. I love that challenge. Does anyone else feel that way too? My number one from my collection that I love wearing, especially right now with the weather being as cold as it is, you guys, I have reached for this so often. I love it. And that would be Dates Delight. This is absolutely stunning bottle. Again, look how gorgeous it is. It has that same bottom as the very first one I showed you, the Great Pearls. This is so good. So I have my own opinions and takes on how it reads on my body, but we're going to go to Fragrantica and I'm going to share with you guys the main accords for Dates Delight. So Dates Delight is described as sweet vanilla honey, warm spicy amber, and cinnamon. I don't actually get cinnamon, and it's interesting because normally cinnamon I pick up very quickly, at least on my body. A lot of my favorite fragrances at this time of year definitely have cinnamon in it and a lot of spices. This one, I'm going to read to you guys the top and the mid of the base notes, and then I'm going to describe to you guys how I read it, how my body reads it, and I love it. So top notes, of course, are dates and peony. Mid notes are cinnamon, caramel, tonka bean, and coumarin. Sorry, I can't speak. And base notes are honey, sugar, vanilla, benzoin, and labdanum. And what I get from this really right off the bat is a sweet tobacco leaf. Do you know, not that this is cherry, it's definitely honey and sweeter in that sense, but you know the sweet tobacco that your grandpa or someone in your family may have smoked in a pipe that had a cherry flavor into it? Well, match that with honey, and that's what I get. This is so deliciously delightful. Dates Delight, of course. And of course you get the dates, you guys. There's just, oh my gosh, there's so much to love about this. I would 100% repurchase this if I were to get through this. It's only 75 mils, so I'll probably get through it, in a couple of years. Anyway, you guys, this is my absolute favorite from my collection. Again, that's Dates Delight, and 100% would recommend and repurchase. All right, you guys, that was everything. If you do like these types of video, this is Fragrance Friday, but I also do Miscellaneous Mondays where I do a little bit of everything, as well as Wax Wednesdays, which is basically home fragrance that I enjoy and I buy a lot of. Basically, I like anything that smells good. So if these kinds of videos interest you, definitely give this a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And until next time, you guys, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.